Welcome to Grants Pass, Oregon, a river town with a laid-back vibe and super friendly residents that make it just so easy to fall in love with this place. So if you've been looking for important information about Grants Pass, Oregon, and you just wish there was some sort of website or blog or a locals guide, well, you found it in this video. So look no further, plug in, get cozy, and let's learn about Grants Pass, Oregon. Hey, I'm Brian Simmons. I'm a real estate agent here in Southern Oregon. In this video, I'm going to share my 30+ years of knowledge about this town and give you my locals guide to Grants Pass, Oregon as we continue to explore parts of Southern Oregon on my YouTube channel. Speaking of, make sure you like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos about the different parts of Southern Oregon. Grants Pass is one of the best river towns in the West, and there's no doubt about it. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right with a population of right around 40,000. Big enough to have all the important things like a hospital and good medical offices, a variety of restaurants and shopping, but not so big that you have all the inconveniences like traffic. And before you locals start dropping comments about how bad the traffic is on Redwood Highway during rush hour, you need to go check out a city that has a real traffic problem. Go try to drive through the Bay Area on a Friday afternoon. That's a real problem. That's one of the beautiful things about Grants Pass though. It's just right in a lot of ways. The climate, for example, there's actually a sign in town across 6th Street that says it's the climate, and it's been there for about 100 years. It serves as a landmark and a declaration that the weather here is just awesome, and it is. The summertime highs are generally in the low 90s, which makes it just perfect for getting out and enjoying some of the incredible recreational opportunities offered by the Rogue River, which flows right through the middle of town, or the Applegate or Illinois rivers, which are really nearby. Wintertime brings temperatures in the mid-40s, and it will get below freezing occasionally with even a snow day here and there, but not much. We're in Oregon though, so it rains a lot, right? No, this is in Portland. The annual rainfall here is about 30 inches, which is less than the national average of almost 40. And that rain is generally spread around 100 days of precipitation. So that leaves about 265 days of no rain and about 200 days of sunshine. So if you like to get outdoors and enjoy the sights and sounds of nature, you'll have plenty of opportunities to explore the countless hiking trails, raft the river, perfect your fly fishing technique, enjoy the local vineyards, embarrass yourself on the golf course, and on and on and on. How about this? Instead of me just telling you about all the great things to do in Grants Pass, how about I show you around town? This is the locals guide to Grants Pass, Oregon after all, right? I should probably guide you, or I'd have to probably give you your money back. So let's go. Well, you may have noticed we didn't really go very far, and that's because I never told you where we were in the first place. I got carried away talking about the weather and all that sort of stuff, but now that we got all that boring stuff out of the way, let's talk about the good stuff. We're at Taprock Northwest Grill, or as the locals call it, Taprock. Grants Pass folks are super creative with their nicknames. Here's another one. What do Grants Pass residents call Grants Pass? GP. What do Grants Pass residents call Dutch Bros Coffee? DB. I'm being serious, these are real nicknames. But what's great about Taprock is the beautiful deck that has the most incredible views of the Rogue River. It's hands down the best spot to grab a bite and just watch rafters and boaters go by. It's also where you get on the world famous Hellgate jet boat excursion. And if you've not been on the Hellgate jet boat excursion, that has gotta be on the top of your list of things to do in Grants Pass. You hop on one of these big blue boats and they blast down the river and a part scenic, part amusement tour of the beautiful Rogue River. It's a fantastic experience, and I'll give you a little pro tip. You want to go when it's hot outside because you are going to get a little damp. On the other side of the river from Taprock is Riverside Park, which is one of the larger parks in Grants Pass, and it's home to the annual Boatnik Festival on Memorial Day weekend every year, which is part carnival, part boat racing event. There's a bunch of rides and games for the kids, fair food, beer garden, and some really cool boat races like drag boats that go over 100 miles an hour on this little stretch of river, big high-powered marathon boats that do a timed race way down the river, and the crowd favorite hydroplane races that feature these little boats with outboard motors that sound like they caught a yellow jacket in a soda can. It's hard to explain, but it's a lot of fun to watch. And speaking of fun, let's cruise over to the downtown area, and I'm gonna show you some of my favorite spots. We're at G Street in historic downtown Grants Pass. This part of town, and this street in particular, is lined with great restaurants like Lulu's and Bohemia and the Laughing Clam, and a great little dessert place called House of Glory. And if you turn the corner onto 6th Street, you'll run into Twisted Cork, which is a wine bar and a restaurant that is absolutely fantastic. All of those will be linked in the description of this video. If I had one meal though and had to pick just one place, I think that I would probably eat at Lulu's. It is so good. They're open 8 to 2, so it's more of like a breakfast lunch only kind of a place, but the menu is incredible. lot of creative specials there, and they are just flat out impressive. What else does downtown area have to offer? Well, how about the Grants Pass Growers Market? On Saturdays from mid-March to November, just a street over on F Street and 4th, you'll find the local growers market from 9 a.m. to 1-ish. There's loads of vendors there, from farmers to cheese and honey and soaps and arts and crafts and coffee and more. And my favorite, I mean my kids' favorite, is the homemade donuts from Daddy's Donuts. They are hot off the donut making machine, and they are just amazing. So treat yourself to one of those. A few other things to know about downtown Grants Pass is that you're gonna find a lot of really cool old antique shops, and I mean a lot. So if you're an antiquer, I don't know if that's a word or not, how about an antique enthusiast? Or maybe you're not that enthused, but your wife is. Whatever the case, there's a lot of antique stores to browse. So one last little fun fact about downtown is that this is actually the birthplace of Dutch Bros coffee. It all started right here in 1992 with a little push cart that the Boersma brothers served up espresso from. And over 30 years later now, Dutch Bros is a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, and they sell almost $1 billion worth of coffee every year across most of the US. It's a super cool story, and one that the local community takes a ton of pride in, because the founder, Travis Boersma, has taken a ton of pride in this community. Make sure you visit Dutch Bros next time you're in town here, so that you can say that you've been to the place where it all started. So now let's continue on to our next stop, where I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the schools in Grants Pass. Welcome to Grants Pass High School. This is a really pretty 47-acre campus and state-of-the-art high school with a lot of things to offer, from arts to athletics. If you can believe it, there's actually 2 school districts in the Grants Pass area. District 7, which is essentially in the city limits of Grants Pass, and that includes this high school. And then there's 3 Rivers School District, which covers the remainder of Josephine County. We'll talk more about that in a second. If you want to know the exact boundaries of the districts, I encourage you to reach out to either one of them, and they can provide you with a map. Now, Grants Pass High School is classified as a 6A high school, which is the largest classification in Oregon, with around 1,700 students enrolled. It's a pretty big school, at least for my standards, because I had about 500 in my high school. District 7 also has 6 elementary schools and 2 middle schools. In the 3 Rivers School District, on the other hand, they include 3 main high schools, 3 or so middle schools, and 6 or so elementary schools, as well as a few other charter schools and alternative education opportunities. But which district is better? Great question. I'd have to say both of them have their pros and cons, and I hear more people say that they want to put their kids in District 7, but I also see on websites like greatschools.org that some of the schools in the 3 Rivers District are rated very, very well, like a 10 out of 10 for Fruitdale Elementary School, whereas I don't see that for District 7. So what I'd say is this: do your due diligence, talk to the districts, and find out what they have to offer and why your kids should go there instead of the other option. From what I understand, there's definitely a little bit of a give and take, and you may get, a larger variety of programs in District 7, but maybe you get a smaller average class size in 3 Rivers. So a little bit of a give and take there. So I suggest getting as much info as you can about both, so you can figure out which is going to be the best fit for your family. While we're on the topic of education, I should also mention that there are a few private school options in the area, as well as a community college called Rogue Community College. And that offers all sorts of great programs across their 3 campuses. If you have any other questions about schools or anything else that we've covered up to this point, feel free to drop a question in the comments section. Now, I'm really excited to show you the next stop, because it is a part of town that I think you are going to love. How's that for a view? Welcome to the Starlight Neighborhood of Grants Pass. This little neighborhood is known for its phenomenal views of the city and the overall great location. The street here is Starlight Place, and it travels right along the top of this ridgetop, providing each home with a really incredible view, either east towards the city or west towards the upper and lower River Road areas. I want to show you this part of town because it's just such a beautiful neighborhood full of gorgeous homes. Some of the original homes here that haven't been updated are being listed in the $500,000 range, and some of the bigger, newer homes have pushed $1 million. And that's kind of the tale of the Grants Pass real estate market. There's stunning riverfront estates and ranches that are well into the millions of dollars, and then there's very affordable parts of town where you can be in a nice home in the 300s. So there really is something for everyone. You just need to have an agent here helping you who knows the area really well and can help you find the perfect place that checks all the boxes for you. I think I know a guy that I can connect you with. He's kind of tall, he has a beard, likes to wear blue shirts, makes jokes that really aren't that funny. But really, if you are looking at real estate in Grants Pass, Oregon, there's a link in the description of this video for you to click on and schedule a time for us to meet. I'd love to chat with you more about your situation and see how I can help you. The Grants Pass area has so many great things about it that make it a good place to live, like generally lower property taxes than other parts of Southern Oregon, or the 3 River Community Hospital, which is part of the Asante Hospital system that was ranked in the top 15 nationally for the last 10 years. There are a lot of great things about this area that I'd love to share with you, so please reach out. Okay, next stop is our last stop, and it's extra special and one of my absolute favorite parts parts of GP. So let's go. We are at Reinhart Park, which I am pretty sure is the largest park in Grants Pass. It is big and it borders the Rogue River. It features all sorts of facilities like baseball and softball fields, a soccer field, volleyball, tennis, basketball, horseshoe pits, a fly casting pond, fishing pond, and even shelters that you can rent or book for events. This place has a lot going for it, and I thought, what better place to tell you about all the amazing things that you can do outdoors around Grants Pass. As you can imagine, the beautiful Rogue River is at the heart of many of the outdoor activities, from rafting and boating and fishing to swimming and hiking along the banks of the Rogue River down to Rainy Falls, or along the 40-mile Rogue River Trail that goes through the protected wild and scenic section of the river. The fishing here is legendary for salmon and steelhead, so if that's your jam, you should really get out there on the water with a guide and hook into a big old Rogue River fish. This river actually holds the world record for the largest salmon ever caught on a fly, weighing in at 70 pounds. The other rivers in the area are the Applegate and the Illinois, and they also offer great recreational opportunities for swimming or floating or picnicking and even scuba diving. The Illinois River has several pretty popular scuba diving spots because it's nice clear water with big deep pools. So that's certainly worth checking out as well. And if you run out of things to do around Grants Pass, which I think would be really hard to do, it's only a couple hours drive over to the coast, and there's a whole range of other things to do over there. Speaking of things to do, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have plenty of things to do as well, like clicking on that link in the description of this video and finding a time for us to chat. I really hope you enjoyed this locals guide to Grants Pass, Oregon, and I hope I was able to help you learn about Grants Pass, Oregon. Again, I'm Brian Simmons with eXp Realty here in Southern Oregon. If there's anything I can do to help you learn, buy, or list real estate here in Southern Oregon, I hope you won't hesitate to reach out. Use that link that I told you about to set up an online meeting with me, or if it's easier to call or text, my direct number is 541-954-7758. I'm creating new videos every week as we explore parts of Southern Oregon, so subscribe to my YouTube channel here and click that bell icon so that you can catch the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.